An asteroid, Agatha 616, heads for Earth, and the world military unleashes a barrage of chemical missiles that blow it up. But the missiles were made up of chemicals that rain down on the Earth. Due to the chemical fallout, cold-blooded animals, ants, cockroaches, lizards, crocodiles, etc., mutate into large monsters. These monsters kill most of humanity. 95% of the human population was killed within a year. The remaining survivors are forced to live underground or in bunkers. Cockroaches that humans used to squish with shoes now require a gun to kill them. Eventually, the military got its act together, but the real big monsters and the military took each other out. 7 years later, Joel lives in one of many bunkers underground called colonies, where all survivors have romantically paired up with each other, such as Ray and Karen, and Ava and Tim, while fighting monsters and seeking supplies. During the evacuation of Fairfield, Joel Dawson is separated from his girlfriend Amy as both their parents drive out of the city in different directions. Joel promises to find her, shortly before his parents are killed. They got trapped in their car and got crushed by a monster. The colony had one cow, which was milk for fresh dairy. The colonies ran out of bullets, so they fashioned lethal weapons with what they had. Suddenly, the security alarm starts ringing in their bunker, and after hearing it, everyone decides to go out. Joel also asks to go along, but his partner asks him to stay inside. Joel instead is left behind in the kitchen, as he freezes in dangerous situations. A giant ant breaches his colony, and a war party enters the tunnels to combat it. The ant kills Connor and gets to the bunker, where Joel confronts it. But Joel freezes as he watches the giant ant. Luckily, he is saved by Anna, who arrives just in time. Joel is an artist and makes really good drawings of the monsters he encounters with a colored pencil set gifted to him by Amy. Joel remembers his time with Amy. Joel sets off on a quest to reunite with Amy. He is in contact with her on the radio and knows the colony where she is staying and hiding. Joel had contacted over 90 colonies before he found Amy on the radio. Her colony is 85 miles away from his current location. Everyone tells Joel that an armed and trained hunting party would be lucky to last 50 miles on the surface. Joel doesn't listen to his friends because he is obsessed with love and wants to meet Amy at any cost. Joel takes his radio, even though it does not have any power, and walks out from the bunker. The journey is expected to take 7 days. Passing through the suburbs, Joel is attacked by a giant toad monster. He freezes again, but just before he can be killed, a dog appears and saves him. The dog takes him toward a bus where Joel spends a night, and the dog becomes his friend. Joel names the dog Boy, and the next day, they both start their journey. The boy keeps warning him against poisonous berries. While reading a book, Joel falls into a pit that is full of bones. He realizes that this is a pit of worm monsters called sand gobblers. He gets upset seeing this and sees no way out. Before those bugs attack Joel, a survivor comes and pulls him up with a rope. The man's name is Clyde, and he destroys the pit by throwing a grenade. Clyde has a little girl named Minnow. Minnow was adopted by Clyde when her dad was killed fighting a monster who had attacked Clyde's son. Clyde asks Joel to move towards the mountains where fewer monsters live due to the colder weather and higher elevation. They are heading north to the mountains, and Clyde gives him more information about the giants. On the way, the group confronts a giant snail, and Clyde asks Joel to be quiet. Joel removes his shirt and the snail leaves without harming them. Joel is shocked to see this and asks him why this monster didn't attack us. Clyde tells him that not all monsters are hostile, demonstrating how you can always tell in their eyes. Clyde and Minnow find out that Joel doesn't know any surviving skills. Clyde tells him if he wants to survive, then he must need to learn how to fight. Clyde teaches Joel some basic survival skills and tells him to always survey from high ground. Minnow teaches him how to use a crossbow because she is an expert. Here Joel learns that Clyde is not Minnow's father. Clyde saves her from the giants while her whole family is dead, and Clyde also loses his daughter. They invite Joel to join them, but he insists he must find Amy. As they part ways, Clyde gives Joel a grenade. Every time Joel encounters a new monster, he makes a drawing of it in his diary, along with noting down the best way to defeat it. Continuing west, Boy becomes trapped by a giant centipede monster. Joel freezes but eventually saves Boy with his crossbow. Sheltering in an abandoned motel, they meet a robot named Mauve-1S. Before her battery dies, Mauve-1S powers his radio long enough to briefly contact Amy. Other survivors have reached Amy's colony, promising to lead them to safety. The next day, Joel and Boy are attacked by a queen sand gobbler. They hide, but Boy barks, giving away their position. Joel runs to save himself, and when the giant opens his mouth, Joel throws the grenade in its mouth and kills it. He yells at Boy for putting them in danger, causing Boy to run away. After swimming across a pond, Joel is covered in poisonous leeches and hallucinates, but is rescued before he collapses. Joel wakes to finally see Amy and she takes him inside the bunker. She leads a beach colony of elderly survivors who depend on her. Joel becomes happy to be with her and Amy says, "I didn't think that you'll find me." Amy confesses she is glad to see Joel but has become a different person and is still mourning someone. Joel feels embarrassed and ashamed, realizing he never asked if Amy wanted him to come back to her. Joel decides to return to his colony. He contacting them on the radio and learning that it has become unsafe and that they too must leave. He is introduced to the survivors, Cap, and his crew Dana and Rocco. As everyone celebrates their imminent departure, Cap sends Joel some berries, which he recognizes as poisonous. Realizing Cap is not to be trusted, he rushes to warn Amy but is knocked unconscious. Joel, Amy, and the rest of her colony awaken tied up on the beach. Cap reveals that his group is there to steal supplies and that their yacht is towed by a crab monster controlled by an electrified chain. Cap sets the crab to feed on the colonists, but Joel and Amy escape and can fight for their lives, and Boy returns to help. Joel has the opportunity to kill the crab, but he realizes it is not hostile by looking into its eyes, and shoots the electrified chain, freeing it. The crab leaves Joel unharmed and instead kills Cap and his crew, sinking the yacht in the process. Joel recommends Amy and her colony head north. They share a romantic goodbye kiss, and Amy promises she will find him. Joel treks back to his colony, and they too decide to head to the mountains. On the radio, Joel inspires other colonies to take to the surface. As everyone heads north, Clyde and Minnow, already in the mountains, wonder if Joel will survive the next journey. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing videos.